And welcome back, everybody. Mike Lyons here in the First Alert Weather Center a little bit after 3 o'clock on this Friday, about 24 hours away from some significant changes to our weather, and maybe about 36 hours away before hurricane force winds begin moving our way. Going to take a couple minutes here and update Hurricane Irma. The 2 p.m. advisory is in. You can see the eye of the storm. Now the center of the storm less than 400 miles away from the southeast coast of Florida. At the moment, you can see the storm battering the Bahamas. Let me give you a sense as to how far away the center of the storm is, say from West Palm Beach. You can see pretty darn close right now, about 360 miles, and it's still moving at a pretty good clip. Hurricane force winds, they extend out about 70 miles from the center of the storm, and those tropical storm force winds, they go out much farther, up to 185 miles. Here's the Hurricane Irma 2 p.m. advisory, moving west. Had been moving, as you can tell, west-northwest through the Turks and the Caicos through most of last night, but now moving to the west. The central pressure still relatively low at 925 millibars, and the winds up a little bit from the 11 o'clock advisory. The winds now at 155 miles per hour. Here's the forecast track, and I'm going to show you the new European model here in just a second, because there's been a little farther shift to the west, and we'll talk about what that means for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast in just a second. But here's the forecast. Again, a good part of the storm interacting with the island of Cuba, hopefully a lot, and that would weaken the storm. Obviously, that would be bad for them, but it would weaken the storm. And as you can see, the forecast track now taking it a little bit farther on the west side. Yesterday, you may recall, it was on the east coast. Last night, it was right through the heart of Florida. But now the forecast from the Hurricane Center is calling for the storm to track a little bit farther west. And with this new European model data just in, we may see an even farther shift to the west when we get the 5 o'clock advisory from the National Hurricane Center. We continue tracking the storm through Georgia, up through Alabama, even Tennessee and Kentucky as we head toward the first part of next week. So, having said all of that, and based on the forecast track, what can we expect here on Sunday in particular? So wind, as you can see, would be pretty high, 70 to 90 mile an hour winds, because remember, even though the core of the storm with the destructive winds of say 130, 140 miles per hour, that would be on Florida's west coast. Based on the current track, we would still be in the right front quadrant, and that would still produce just horrific conditions around here as well. Storm surge 5 to 10 feet, rainfall 6 to 12 inches. And again, this is kind of a blend of coastal and interior parts of Palm Beach County to give you some sense as to what to expect. That's one county. Let's look at some others now. Let's go to St. Lucie County, and working in conjunction with the National Weather Service offices in Melbourne and Miami, we're putting this information together for you. We've just updated these graphics. So for St. Lucie County, and again, we're talking Sunday, 50 to 70 mile per hour sustained winds. In other words, constant winds with wind gusts up to about 85. Storm surge, as you can see, running 3 to 6 feet, and rainfall running 8 to 12 inches. The rainfall forecast continues to increase as we head through the next couple of days. Here's Martin County. The winds between 50 and 70 with gusts to 85. Again, storm surge right along the coastline, 3 to 6 feet, and locally higher amounts, but maybe as much as a foot of rain in parts of Martin County. Let's move over to Okeechobee County. Going to talk more about tornadoes in a couple minutes, but at the moment, here are the wind forecasts for Okeechobee: 70 to 85, the gusts to 95, and again, rainfall amounts about the same, fairly uniform, 8 to 12 inches. And as we look at Indian River County, here's the forecast for Sunday. Again, all of these forecasts are for Sunday. 50 to 70 mile an hour winds, gusts to 85, storm surge 3 to 6 feet, and again, the healthy amounts of rain, anywhere from 8 to 12 inches, with some rainfall amounts a little bit higher. All right, here's the GFS model. You can see it too is shifting a little bit farther to the west. This is Sunday around 2:30 or so. No, I'm sorry, 1:30. Getting hard to read that, but there it is. The storm making landfall on Florida's southwest coast, and then beginning a trek kind of up through the center, or maybe the west central side of the state of Florida on Sunday. And as we head toward Monday, the center of Irma, maybe very close to Jacksonville. Let's look at the GFS model, or excuse me, the Euro model. And again, this one just in. Give me 1 second. I want to fix this. I want to go back just a couple frames to give everyone a little better chance of show you what I'm talking about here. So here is the storm on Saturday. Let me get my cart pulled in here. There we go. So let's go forward in time just a bit. So there is the storm. That's Sunday in the morning. And you can see the Euro suggesting a landfall that would place the storm here on the southwestern side of Florida, on the southwestern coast. And that would be Sunday. Let's go forward in time. Again, this is the new Euro that just came in a short time ago, taking the storm, as you can see, up the state. This would be Monday, about 1 o'clock or so. So based on this, and if we go back just a hair, I want to show you what we're talking about here. The very destructive winds near the core of the storm would be located right about here. But hurricane force winds, tornadoes, the rain squalls, and the increasing concern about storm surge would still be felt here on the East Coast as well. So yes, maybe there's some better news for the eastern half of Florida, but this storm, as we've been talking about all week, is so huge. The impact will be felt from coast to coast, from the bottom of the state all the way to the northern part of the state as the hurricane continues to track in that direction. So again, here at a little bit after 3 o'clock, the headlines as we're on the air this afternoon. Number one, the storm remains incredibly powerful. Winds right now 155 miles per hour. It's about 350, 400 miles or so from the southeastern coast. Moving west at the moment, expected to take a turn to the west-northwest. And the track, as you can see with those two computer models, shifting just a bit farther to the west. Now, we're starting to see a few showers pop up across South Florida today. If you've been out and about, you know the winds have freshened somewhat. That trend's going to continue. And as we head toward tomorrow, not just gustier winds, but an increased chance for tornadoes. And when we come back in a couple minutes, we're going to talk more about that first threat we're going to face, which will be from tornadoes. And Felicia and Tiffany, that will start as early as tomorrow.